Hello, everyone. I'm Sonya Sophia. Welcome to the World Tapping Circle. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for digging into your deep, true self, ferreting out the weirdness, processing it with your loving attention so that you can get on with being your beautiful self and serving the love wherever you happen to flow and go. Today's session is dedicated to family pain. Oh yes, we all have families. We do. And sometimes those families are dysfunctional. Sometimes we have missing family members. Sometimes we've experienced death. Sometimes we've experienced mental illness. And I know that it's kind of that time of year where everyone's a little bit more sensitive to family stuff. So tune in to where you would like to use today's session. It's going to be a good one, and it's going to make a big difference. Why does it make a big difference? Because everything that's connected to you emotionally and energetically gets relief when you shift what's going on inside you. So as we're all connected, my joy is your joy, your pain is their pain. So as we shift that pain, we create more peace in the web that we are a part of. All right, everyone, say hi in the chat. Let us know if you're logging in for the first time. I'm very happy to see you here. Hey, Joyce in Seattle. Hey, Mark here in Austin. Hi, Barb in... Oh, she's saying a good subject for me today in Bluff City, Kansas. Yeah, it's a good subject, I think, for everyone. It certainly has been for me. I'll tell you that much. So I'm sitting here with you, working through my own stuff, working through little bits and pieces of my own family experience right along with you. Hi, Isis. Hi, Adin in Woodstock, New York. And Kim in Reno. And Amanda and Ryan in Ontario. Hey, y'all. Glad to be with you. Yeah. All right. So thinking about where would this session be the most useful, in what relationship in terms of your own family, and remembering that these are all designed for you to be able to use again and again and again. So this one session could be used 15 different times for 15 different relationships. And that's the beauty of these sessions. Where do we find these sessions? We find them in the members area of worldtappingcircle.com. So you just log in to your members area and you're going to find all of these tagged for you to use as many times as you want. All right, sweet beings, tuning in to where you would like to aim a session called Family Pain. And we're going to jump into the core causes questions for 5 minutes so you can get underneath this issue, process as deeply as you can so that you have more spaciousness and graciousness to be yourself. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. All right, everyone. You guys ready to dig down and let's go, go, go? I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Taking a deep breath, finding your collarbones, dropping down to the front of your chest. Big deep breath. Tuning into your issue. Now, if your issue were a movie, what would the title of that movie be? Doesn't have to be a good title. All right, that's what we're going to call this issue. Okay? So, big deep breath, repeating after me, remembering that you can change these words to more perfectly fit your own situation and say whatever you need to say. And if you're watching this in the video library on replay, remember that you can pause the video to give yourself more time. Okay, here we go. Even though I'm experiencing some family pain called, and then say the title of that movie. Tapping the eyebrows. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the temples. And tapping the cheeks. This part of me that feels, and then say how you feel about this. Maybe you feel sick and tired. Maybe you feel angry and frustrated. Maybe you feel sad and depressed. When you think about this, how do you feel? Tapping under the nose. This part of me that feels, and then say how you feel. Tapping under the lips. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the chest. Even though I feel, and then say it again. How do you feel about this issue? Tapping down to the front of your ribs. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, tapping the side of the ribs, even though this family pain called, and then say the title of your movie again. Tapping the inside of the wrist has cost me. What has it cost you? Maybe it's cost you money. Maybe it's cost you sleep. Maybe it's cost you inner peace. Maybe it's cost you your health. Tapping the side of the thumb. It's cost me, and then say again what you think it's cost you. Tapping the index finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the middle finger, even though it's cost me, and then say again, maybe it's cost you trust. Maybe it's cost you a sense of security. Tapping the little finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, tapping the side of the hand. Even with this trauma and drama that has taken a lot of energy, time and attention, tapping the top of the head. And just tuning in. Maybe it took a lot of energy to just block it out and push it away. Keeping a force field around yourself. Maybe it's created a lot of drama and trauma around family gatherings. And it's cost you a lot of time and energy to negotiate logistics. And tapping the eyebrows. Yeah. tapping the temples, and just noticing where this has been draining you. Tapping the cheeks. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, tapping under the nose, even though I feel, and then say how you feel about this particular area of your life. Tapping under the lips. It's okay. Tapping the chest. I accept the part of me that feels tired, sad, frustrated. How do you feel? Just accepting for now those feelings as you tap your chest. Tapping the front of the ribs. I give myself permission, tapping the side of the ribs, to accept for now how I've been feeling. Tapping the inside of the wrist, and name again how you are feeling about this area of your life. Entitled, and then say the title again. Tapping the side of the thumb. I feel, and then say again, what are the strongest negative feelings that you feel around this? Tuning in. And I don't want to feel this way. Tap the middle finger. I really don't want to feel this way. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. How would you like to be feeling? Connected, loved, respected, appreciated. Tap the little finger. Included, belonging. Tapping the side of the hand. Big deep breath. Tapping the top of your head. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the sides of the head and the back of the head. Tapping the eyebrows. I forgive myself. Tapping the temples. For any remaining grief, anxiety, or anger that these people or this person is behaving so what? Take a whole minute tapping under the nose and describe how these people or this person is behaving. Tapping the chest. Keep talking, keep tapping. Tapping the front of the ribs. And what's the worst part of all of this for you? That they're not listening? That you feel there's no way to connect? Tap the side of the ribs. Big deep breath, just accepting for now that this person has been saying or doing or refusing to say or do anything. And creating what? What are they creating with this behavior? There it is. Tap the middle finger. They're creating what? disconnection, pain for everyone else. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, even though part of me really wants, and just spill it. What is it that you're really wanting from this person or these people? Like, I'm wanting my dad to act like a dad, or I'm wanting my sister to stay warm and loving, or I'm wanting my brother to love and support me instead of compete with me. I'm wanting, say it again. Tapping the side of the hand. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, tapping the top of the head. Even though there was a part of me that really expected what? What did you expect coming into this family? That you would be cared for, that you would be appreciated, maybe that you would be taken care of. Tap the eyebrows. It's understandable, tapping the temples, that coming in as a little baby, a part of me might have expected some love. Tapping the cheeks. Some kindness. Tapping under the nose. Some sanity. And tapping under the lips. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the chest. And tapping the front of the ribs. Even if a part of me expected what? And just tuning into that expectation that is fair. It's fair for a child to want to be able to get to be a child while they're a child. It's fair for a brother to want to feel, loved and supported by their siblings, or a sister to feel loved and supported by their siblings. For you to be nurtured by your parents and taught wise, good things. Tap the side of the thumb, and instead of getting what I hoped for, which was what? Love, attention, support, kindness, patience. Tap the index finger. I got what? What did you get instead? Tap the middle finger. Maybe you got ignored. Maybe you got tortured. Maybe you got punished, betrayed, abandoned, degraded, mistrusted. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. This part of me that wanted, and then say what you were hoping for. Tap the little finger. And feel like I got a lot of what? Maybe you got judgment, pushback. Maybe you got disowned or forgotten about. Tapping the side of the hand. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the top of the head. Even if I didn't get, and then say again what you were hoping to get. And from who? Tapping the eyebrows. Where does the pain of this situation live in your body? Tuning in. Is it your neck, your shoulders, your stomach, your throat, your hips? Tapping the cheeks. The pain of this, tapping under the nose, lives where? tapping into the lips. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, tapping the chest. Even with this discomfort caused by, and then say what caused it. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, tapping the side of the ribs exactly as I am. Tapping the inside of the wrist, even with this pain. Tapping the side of the thumb. About, and then say again what that pain is about for you. Tapping the index finger, it's okay. Tap the middle finger. I accept the part of me that feels unresolved about, and then what do you feel unresolved about? Tap the bottom of the fourth finger, speak it out again. This unresolved feeling of what? Big, deep, noisy breath, big sigh. And tap the little finger. It's okay. I understand why I've been holding on to this. I've been waiting for what? Tap the side of the hand. What have you been waiting for? Maybe it's acknowledgement, or an apology, or for someone to do enough inner work that they are a healthier, safer person to be around. Tapping the top of the head, sides of the head, back of the head. Tapping the eyebrows. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the temples. Tapping the cheeks. Even if I've been waiting for, and then say it again. What are you waiting for to feel good? I've been waiting, maybe it's just to slow down and have time to look at this, to process it, to tap through it. Maybe I've been waiting to have a conversation. Tap the chest. So if it's a conversation, let's imagine that you can say whatever you really want to say. It doesn't have to be pretty. You don't have to use perfect language, conscious language. You can cuss it up if you want to. What would you say to this person or these people if you could say whatever you wanted to say or needed to say, and you weren't going to get in trouble, and it wasn't going to hurt them, that they were just going to listen and hear you, and really hear you? Go ahead and say it now. You've got 2 minutes, tapping the front of the ribs, and talk. Tapping the side of the ribs, keep talking. Tapping the inside of the wrist, big deep breath. Tapping the side of the thumb. Keep talking. What else would you like to tell them? Say it 3 or 4 times. Tap the index finger. Anything else? And underneath all of that, what do you really, really want them to know is true about you? Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. Is there anything else that you need to say? And breathe. Tap the little finger. Is there anything that you want to apologize for or take responsibility for? Like, I expected because you were my dad that you would act more like a father, or I expected that because you were my mother that you would respond in a certain way to me. Or I'm sorry that I did whatever I did, and then say what it is that you want to take responsibility for. You've got 2 more minutes, tapping the side of your hand, and begin. Tapping the top of the head and breathing. The sides of the head and the back of the head. Anything else? Is there anything you'd like to ask for forgiveness for? Tap the eyebrows and breathe. And tapping the temples. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the cheeks, even though I may have what? What do you need to forgive yourself for? Maybe I pushed really hard, or I pulled so far away that I didn't allow a connection because I was hurt or I felt misunderstood. Tapping the chest. Maybe you had some judgments that it's time for you to let go and to drop, or expectations that you're like, no, you're supposed to be in this role. I need this from you. And they're like, that's not who I am. I'm not going to be that person. Tap the front of the ribs. And just processing, letting yourself forgive yourself. We're trying to force these people, even if it's just in your mind, to be what you needed them to be in order for you to be okay. Tap the inside of the wrist. I release the need, tapping the side of the thumb. For, and then say again what you are releasing the need for them to be or do. Like, I'm releasing the need for them to get who I am, or I'm releasing the need to feel like accepted or welcomed. Whatever it is, I want you to say it 4 or 5 times. Tap the middle finger, keep breathing, and let go. It might even help if you say their name, like, I release the name, or I release the need for Bobby to, or Susie, or William to do what? In order for me to have what? Like, I release the need for my father to love me in order to have peace. I release the need for my mother to love me in order to feel valuable. Now you say one. I release the need for in order to, and breathe. Let's say it again. It's so much fun to do this. Let's do it again. I release the need for who to do what. Tapping the cheeks in order to have or be what myself. I've been waiting for, and then say who, to do what. So that I could, and then say what it is you're trying to get out of this. Tapping the front of the ribs. It's okay. Big deep breath. Just noticing the strategy. It's like, well, if they would do this, then I could have that. Right? Big deep breath. And tapping the side of the ribs. I am releasing the pressure I put on them to do this for me. Tapping the inside of the wrist. And just releasing that pressure for them to be different than they are, so that you could finally feel what? Tapping the index finger, I give myself permission to finally feel, and then say what it is that you've been trying to get them to make you feel. Like, I get to finally feel loved, or I get to finally feel like I belong, or I get to finally feel like I have a family. Tap the middle finger. With or without them. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger and breathe. Tap the little finger. Let's say it again. I'm allowing myself, tap the side of the hand, to finally feel, and then say what it is that you've been wanting to feel. Tapping the top of the head. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the sides of the head and the back of the head. And tapping the eyebrows. And I give myself permission, tapping the temples, to just give myself, tap the cheeks, a place to release the pressure and expectations, tapping under the nose, tapping into the lips, and just let go at the deeper, next deep level. What would it be like to give myself permission to feel, and then say what it is you're longing to feel? Included that someone's proud of you, that you're loved, understood, accepted, treasured. Tapping the front of the ribs. I love and accept myself. Tapping the side of the ribs. And tapping the inside of the wrist. And I give myself permission to finally have what? Tap the side of the thumb. And to feel how? Tap the index finger, call it in. I'm allowing myself to feel worthy of what? Tap the middle finger. It's safe for me to do this. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. It's time for me to do this. Tapping the little finger. I give myself permission to do this. Tapping the side of the hand. I love and respect myself. Tapping the top of the head. And the sides of the head and the back of the head. Tapping the eyebrows. It's safe for me to enjoy a feeling of what? Love, connection, well-being, security, safety, pleasure. Tapping into the nose. And under the lips. I love and respect myself. Tapping the chest. And I give myself permission to receive this sweet, deep connection from inside me, from the people around me. Tap the front of the ribs. I release the need for it to have to come from my family. Tap the side of the ribs and breathe. Tap the inside of the wrist. It's okay for me to be sad or disappointed. Big deep breath, just tuning in one more time to this movie title. Notice how you're feeling about it now. Tapping the side of the thumb. This remaining, and then say what's true for you. Maybe you still have a lot of pain and rage. Maybe you just feel, sadness and disappointment. Tapping the index finger, where do you feel that emotion, and what is that emotion? Like pain in my heart? Tension in my body? And just bringing compassion and understanding to this part of your body, this younger version of you. Maybe we're talking about you at a very young age. How old, if you were to guess, is the part of you that's holding on to this? Like, is this my 5-year-old self? Is this my 15-year-old self? I'm just going back and talking to that younger you. If that younger you could talk about this, what would they say? Big deep breath, help them breathe. I'm tapping the top of the head. And what does that younger version of you need? Maybe they need an energy, like a feeling of acceptance, or maybe they need a physical feeling of warmth. You can just hug yourself right now. Maybe they need to hear something, like, you are so brilliant. We do love you. Tapping the temples and breathing. Tapping the cheeks. Tapping into the nose. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping under the lips. And giving myself permission to really get this message. Say that message one more time. What is that younger version of you needing to feel? Give them that message, that feeling, that sensation, or those words. Tapping the front of the ribs. I allow myself to receive this to my very core. Breathe it in. Tapping the inside of the wrist, breathe it in again. Tapping the side of the thumb. I am doing this. Tap the index finger. This is happening. Tapping the middle finger. It's okay to let this love in. To feel connected and whole. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger to feel wanted. Tap the little finger. I give myself permission. What are you going to give yourself permission to experience now? Let's imagine that these things that we're missing in these relationships are available to you. That it may be coming through yourself, it may be coming through the world around you, it may be coming through different new relationships that are about to begin. I give myself permission to feel met, to feel, what do you want to feel? Big deep breath. And how would you be responding, imagining that these things have happened? Imagine that you're just like, I love my life. I love the way I feel. I love how peaceful and secure and connected I feel. I love how empowered I feel. How safe. How much I belong. Tap the front of the ribs. Allowing myself to feel cared for. Tapping the side of the ribs. To be taken care of. To be allowed to care for. How does it feel now that you have these things? Imagine waking up and being like, I love my life. I love my life. I love the people in my life. I love the experiences I'm having with these people. I love the flow of love moving between us. I love the conversations. I love the feeling of support and understanding and wisdom and fun and creativity, and I love the peace that I feel in my life. Tap the middle finger. Tuning into it again, just a few more seconds, imagining now that this is here, that this is your life. What are you now capable of doing with these feelings happening? With you feeling graced and blessed? Take a whole minute tapping your chest. Yeah, I see myself. I feel myself. I get the impression that I would. Go ahead. What else? Breathe it in. Imagine that this is a natural, normal part of your life now. You feel this gentle ease this deep sense of security. Imagine you're really enjoying this experience and that you offer it. That when people are around you, they also feel these same ways. They feel seen and acknowledged, safe. They feel friendliness. They feel relaxed. Tapping all over the body. Whew, that was a big one, and very different than any tap I've ever done. So I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Say hi to you in the chat and see what your experience was. How are you feeling? What did you learn? I definitely feel very tingly, very calm, very expanded, open, alive, and engaged. How was your tap? I want to remind you too that you can go back and use this. It'll be available in the video library by tomorrow. So if you're like, ooh, I feel like I could do 2 more hours on that, then do 2 more hours on that. You know, every minute that you put into this tapping process, whether it's with me or just on your own, you're going to get traction in your life and you're going to be able to take more action. You're going to have more space and grace to be yourself. All right. Molly says, magical, so energized. Patricia says, so good. Thank you, Sonya. You're the best. Aw, thank you, Patricia. Joyce is saying, life is good and I am grateful for the grace I am being given. Annie says, that was perfect for me. Once again, you nailed it and read the energy beautifully. Aw, thank you. Adin says, really good medicine to illuminate how patterns happened with my parents. That has colored fears and insecurity that shows up in complete different relationships. Absolutely. To get to digest and let go and open up. Thank you. I mean, that's really the point of this. So yes, it may impact those relationships directly, but what we don't process will just kind of be rolled over, right? So when we get in and deal with our family pain, we don't have to marry it. We don't have to date it. We don't have to raise it as the new child that's coming in. We can just finish that chapter. And anyone who has any kind of matching patterns will either kind of move out of our lives or it won't trigger us and we'll have a very different experience of them. So, good one for you. Good one for me. I have some exciting news for you. The spring training, I've just opened enrollment like this very 1 second. You're the first people to hear about it here in the tapping circle. So that link is fresh. I will be sending an email out tomorrow for those people kind of waiting at the gate to come in. So if you're somebody who's waiting at the gate to come in and you're here on the tapping circle, you're going to hear about it first. So good job you for being here right now today. The link is Train with Sonya, TRAIN with Sonya, SONYA.US. And all the information is there for spring 2025. It will fill up. It will sell out. They always do. So get in there. Put in your application. It's going to be such a beautiful experience. I love this land. I love living here and working from here. I think you're going to love it too. And as usual, please donate if you can to our GoFundMe campaign that goes into our nonprofit. And last month, that money helped us buy a gate so that we have better security at the front, which is really good because we had some vandalism. And now we won't have that vandalism, so that feels really good. So there's the link to donate to the GoFundMe. And also, when you do, whether it's $1 or $5 or $50 or $150 or $550, you're going to be on the email updates, so you will see only things that people donate get to see, which is little pictures of the builds, and you'll get to see the updates of, like, we started here and we're here and we're here and we're doing this. And so it's just kind of a fun way to keep kind of the inner circle of people who are engaged in this project informed and connected. And I have some new pictures of the gate to put up. And then I'm just going to leave you with a beautiful song by one of my favorite artists, Trevor Hall. If you don't know his work, check him out. He's on Spotify. Really beautiful, deep music, beautiful lyrics. And this song is called Without Expectations. So thank you so much for joining me in the tapping circle. I love you, and I will see you in the circle.
No more secrets. Come as you are. All of it fits just right. Heart to heart. There's no tradition. Nothing by the book. All you need is courage. Have the strength to look. There's no more pretending. You can't measure in this room. Just walk through the doorway. Just follow the tune. I see a robe of patches. It is perfectly arranged. Here, there is no worry. Letting go of shame. We sit in pure absence, without expectation. Pure absence, without expectation. Let us share, don't be scared. Come on in, everything will be alright. Come and show for something new. Hey, what's to lose? All we gotta do is try. Let us share, don't be scared. Come on in, everything will be alright. Come and show for something new. Hey, what's to lose? All we gotta do is try. Let us share, don't be scared. Come on in, everything will be alright. Come and show for something new. Hey, what's to lose? All we gotta do is try. Let us share, don't be scared. Come on in, everything will be alright. Come and show for something new. Hey, what's to lose? All we gotta do is try. Everything will be alright.